Hi. I had to remove the playmat today because we need a lot of space here. Because, in fact, let me move this deck box here. Had to make a lot of space here because we've got not one, but two playmats that we're taking a look at today. Now, the tubes themselves look the same, as you can see. Yeah, see, they're about the same there. Okay, but the mats inside are different designs. They're from the same company, or the same brand, I should say. It says PYPGT as the name of the brand. It's right there. Kind of hard to see. But yeah, we're going to take a look at these playmats, and we're going to see if they're any good. Now, I imagine the quality and everything should be the same between these two, but they are different designs, because I went ahead to have them send me two. So yeah, we're going to take a look at these and see if these are any good. Now, these things are huge, as you can see. Very, very large. Let's start by taking off some plastic. Gonna get a little loud here. Come on, there we are. Yeah, these tubes, ooh, is that like a little blemish or something on the tube? Yeah. These tubes are actually really, really nice. Feel like some pretty thick and sturdy cardboard at the very least. There we are. Okay, so we got both of these out here. Of course, usually when you get playmats, sometimes you get those little bags that they send you, those little kind of thin plastic bags. These are full-on cardboard. Pretty stiff, pretty rigid. They don't bend. There's like no flex in these things at all. So at least when you get done with this thing, instead of just kind of folding it up, you can kind of roll it up and then stick it right here back in this cylinder. Let's take a look at this first one here. But we will eventually bring out the other one so you can see the different design, because they are different designs here. But as far as the tube, it does have some metal ends here, as you can see. These should pop right out, and they do. Okay. Yeah, these are metal. Are these steel? Not that it really matters. I think these are aluminum. Nope, these actually are steel. Okay, so the ends are actually steel, or some sort of a steel alloy there. Well, I mean, still is an alloy, isn't it? I don't remember. It's been a while. But yeah, so the ends look good. Let's pull this thing out. This one's very, very yellow, as you can see. Ooh. Okay, so we got some more plastic. And, oh, look at this. Within the tube itself... Oh, what's this? Is there anything else in there? Hold on, I'm looking in the tube here. Okay, so that empties the tube. Okay, so I want to put this tube aside. Again, you know, just to kind of give you an idea. Pretty thick cardboard there. So... Definitely want to hold on to this if you decide to actually try this product, because that tube is going to be pretty useful. What is this? Okay, so we just... Oh! Interesting. Okay, since these are mostly designed as stuff for, for Pokemon players, because it is a two-player mat, and it does have a Pokemon-like design, it looks like it actually gives you damage counters. Okay. Now, these are pretty cheap. They're just kind of like paper. I mean, but there's something. I guess it's better than nothing. I mean, if you wanted some counters. Let me see, are these all the same thing? Yeah, these are all the same. They're just counters. If you've played Pokemon before, you're very familiar with these and how these work. So yeah, they just kind of give you a couple of little counters here. And then, of course, you got a nice little decent little bag. I guess if you didn't... I guess you could just keep the counters in here. That's what they came in, right? So why not? Let me see if I can slide these back in here now. Imagine once you take these out of this little bag, you'll probably want to push the counters out of these, or out of this, and then just kind of go from there. But yeah, the bag itself, it's just like a little dice bag. Yeah, it's even got drawstrings, so you could actually put dice in here. So technically, if you wanted, you could punch out all these little counters, or these markers, and throw some dice in here. This is just a regular dice bag that I've had forever. So yeah, you could actually just throw some dice in here and have your counters, and you're all good. That's actually kind of a nice little throw in. Okay. I mean, it could be worse. All right, so let's get back to the playmat. Let's go ahead and take off another plastic bag. And let's take a look at how this thing is. This is a large, large playmat. I don't remember exactly what the measurements are, but I will flash those up here on screen so you can get an idea of how big this thing is, because I don't want to have to waste your time by actually doing the measurements. I can just grab those from the product page for you. And in case I didn't mention it, these products were sent over to me for free in exchange for a review. So just want to give you full disclosure there. But look at this thing. Okay, so let's finish rolling this out. This is a very large playmat, as you can see. It takes up the whole screen. This is a 2-player playmat. And as far as how this feels, it feels very much like most other playmats out here on the front. It does have a soft kind of felt top to it. Right now what I'm looking at are the colors and the design. So you've got your little battlefield here, you got your stadium cards, your deck, your prize cards, discard pile, and then you got your bench here at the bottom. Okay, so this actually looks pretty good. I mean, the overall design, as far as how it's printed, looks pretty sharp. The color, the yellow itself, is pretty bright. Looks nice. I mean, it's obviously, kind of taken from a very certain Pokemon that I'm sure most of you already know about. Or it's taken, because look at that tail. Who else could it be? I wonder. Anyway, I don't believe these are actually officially licensed. So, it's sort of a generic design, but it's close enough to where you can tell who it is that they're referencing here. Okay, so the yellow looks pretty nice. It's got a couple of different shades of yellow, as you can see here. It's kind of maybe a little difficult to see on camera, but there are 2 different shades. But yeah, the front actually feels pretty nice. Let me break out some cards here. Now these are don't kill me, Pokemon players. We've got Yu-Gi-Oh cards, and I'm just gonna kind of toss these here. Okay, now these sleeves themselves, they do have a bit of a grippy back to them, but let's see. Wow, okay, so these slide pretty easily across the mat. It does have a little bit of grip to it. I guess if you put a little more force into it, then it is going to slide a bit. Yeah, because you don't want it to be super slick, but you want it to be slick enough so where you can just kind of slide your cards across. So feels pretty good. It definitely has that rubberized matte smell. It definitely has that. Yeah, I can smell that. Okay, let's flip this over. Give you a look at the back here. And again, it does have that same sort of texture that most of these mats have. It's got that kind of grippy back to it. Very, very grippy. Feels nice. Now, one thing I've noticed is it does not have border stitching. Some of these other playmats out here, I don't think I have one here near me. I do not. But some of these other playmats do have stitching along the borders. This one does not. So that is a little unfortunate because I tend to like the ones with the stitching simply because I've had playmats like this before where the top layer that they kind of press onto the rubberized back over time does start to fringe a little bit. It does start to kind of pull away from the backing. Usually you don't see that unless a mat is several years old though. In fact, most of the playmats that I have really don't have that problem. I've had like maybe 2 or 3 that have had that problem where the top, of these things starts to peel off. And even then it's been fairly minimal. And those are generally with playmats that I've had for, gosh, 10, 15, 20 years at this point. So yeah, I think it should be okay. Although the stitching on the edges on some of these playmats does look a lot nicer, a lot cleaner. But, I mean, it's fine. I see no kind of problem there with it not having the stitching. And again, that rubberized back, very grippy feel. It's not going to move around that much. I mean, I can move it around, obviously, but you can tell it wants to kind of stay in place. But as far as a 2-player mat, this thing actually feels pretty nice. Yeah. In fact, if I wanted to, I could just use this for my background from now. Yeah, that's actually nice. I like that. One thing I am kind of noticing here as I'm looking at it longer is I do wish this yellow was a little bit brighter, but that's more of a personal preference. As far as the product itself, it looks fine. It's very, very clear as far as the printing goes. The rubber backing is good. I think this is actually pretty good, for a 2-player mat. Now, a lot of people don't generally use 2-player mats, but in case you happen to be one of those people that does like to use them, it looks like this product actually might be pretty good. Let me take this and put it back in the tube. This particular tube, same thing. It's got that kind of metal little thing right there. And there is that. And I imagine this is exactly the same. Yeah, it's the same thing. Exact same stuff. So we'll put you over here with the other one. Let's unwrap this, and you can take a look at this design here for me. There we are. Now, this design is a little brighter as far as overall color. So I think this one may actually appeal to more people. And wow, look at that. You can already... I wonder who that's supposed to be. Okay, let's pull this thing out. All right, we wonder who this guy is. And water, who is this guy supposed to be? Yeah, the Pokemon players, who is this guy? I know who this is, or who it's supposed to represent. That's Bulbasaur. This is supposed to be Pikachu. Who's this? Who's the... Is it just like a generic blue Pokemon? I mean, I don't get it. And then you've got, well, yeah, I think it is kind of generic because here at the bottom, you've got a red one, and I don't know who that's supposed to be. Yeah, I guess they couldn't just sort of settle on who they wanted the red or the fire and the water Pokemon to be, so they just used generic ones. Because I don't know who these are. If I'm wrong, let me know. I did play Pokemon for a few years, but for all I know, maybe there's new characters that came out, new Pokemon that came out, and I'm just not familiar with them. But the big one here is that you can tell that that's Bulbasaur, and you can tell that that's Pikachu. So as far as this one, yeah, kind of the same thing. Actually, hold on. Is this sideways? It is sideways. Okay. So let's go ahead and turn this. Oops, I've got stuff flying all over the place here. Let's turn this over here. Okay. So there we go. So we got Bulbasaur on the side. And we've got Pikachu up top. So yeah, here we go. Same thing. You get your battlefield here in the center, your stadium cards, your prize cards, discard pile, deck. Again, the printing is very much the same to me. The colors do look ever so slightly brighter, but I think it's only because you've got a mishmash of colors. The other one was all yellow. This one you've got reds, greens, and blues included as well. But as far as the brightness itself, when I look at the yellow, when I think about the other one, it's about the same. So yeah, just the one with the different colors and the different designs just has a little more pizzazz to it. It's not as plain. It's got more eye appeal to it. The yellow one, I think, I don't know. I guess it really depends on what it is that you're going for. If you're looking for something a little flashier, then this one would definitely do it for you over the other one. And yeah, this one's very much the same thing. It's got that same sort of feel to it, that same soft, top there. Yeah, about the same as far as the cards. Slides just fine. Like I said, this is very much the same thing. It's just a different design. You got the same rubberized back. You don't have the stitching on the edges. It's all very much the same, just a different design. As far as the design itself, I guess this is as close as they can get without actually performing copyright infringement. So, as you can see, it doesn't really look like him, but it's close enough to where people are like, okay, I know who that's supposed to be, but it's not officially Pikachu. Because if it's officially Pikachu, then we're in trouble. Same thing here. You know who this is, but it's not Bulbasaur. There you go. As far as who this is, you tell me. Anyway, PYPGT playmat for Pokemon. Yeah, this is a playmat for 2 players. Comes with damage counters and everything. The nice little throw-in, I don't know. I personally don't think this adds a whole lot of value. They could probably not include this and I wouldn't even care. Because let's face it, if you're a Pokemon player and you're going out and you're buying playmats like this, there's a very good chance you've already got your own personal selection of counters. And markers and condition markers and all that. I mean, even if you just kind of toss away the paper markers, is it worth having a dice bag? Again, really up to you. I've had dice bags like this for years, and these, you can find them super cheap online for like, $2, $3, $4. So, I mean, and plus this is including the dice, not just the bag. But I guess it's fine to throw it in. I don't really see how there's much of a value add there, though, if I'm being honest. But is the playmat good? I would say it's fine. There's nothing wrong with it. The colors are decent. The print quality looks pretty good. The rubber backing is good. It's fine. There's nothing wrong with this playmat at all. If you decide that you want to go ahead and purchase one of these playmats, I don't see that being an issue. As far as what the price is, again, I don't really like, putting the price in here in the videos because it changes all the time. But I will leave an affiliate link down in the description for you to take a look at. And again, if you do decide you're going to use that affiliate link to purchase this mat, or any other products for that matter, I do get a little kickback there, so that's very much appreciated. I would say these playmats, both of them, they're perfectly fine. They're great. The tube is actually really, really good. Like I said, very, very sturdy, very stiff, and it's better than just rolling it up and kind of tossing it on a shelf somewhere. You've got this nice sturdy tube to store it back in. I would say these get a thumbs up for me. These are perfectly fine. If you buy them, I think you'll be pretty happy with them. Anyways, thanks for checking out the video, guys. I really appreciate it. Make sure you like, subscribe, share the video, this video, and all that other good YouTuber stuff. We'll see you next time.